Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight we're drifting into one of those ancient mysteries that historians love, mostly because no one can actually solve them, but we all pretend we might. So, dim the lights, grab a blanket, and let your brain slowly dissolve into that pleasant, mushy pre-sleep state. The one where you're sort of listening, but also kind of floating through a desert at 2 a.m. for no reason. Because tonight, we're talking about the Indus Valley civilization. Yes, that Indus Valley, the one with the suspiciously well-organized cities, the extremely polite sewage systems, and a script so undeciphered, it might as well be Wi-Fi passwords from 2600 BCE. And of course, the classic question, how did it all disappear? Spoiler, we don't know. But we have theories. Many, many theories. And some of them are almost sensible. Others sound like someone ate too much ancient wheat and fell asleep in a drainage pipe. So let's tuck in, breathe deeply, and float slowly into the warm, brick-scented night of Bronze Age South Asia. A slow civilization, a slower mystery. So, picture this. You're in 3300 BCE. Nothing exciting is happening because humans haven't invented excitement yet, but they have invented something almost as good. Cities. Not just any cities, Indus Valley cities. Some of the most neatly arranged places in the ancient world. We're talking right angles, grids, bricks so standardized that it makes modern construction companies cry softly into their blueprints. Every house basically had plumbing, actual plumbing. Meanwhile, Europe at this point was still busy discovering mud. This civilization stretched across what is now Pakistan, northwest India, and parts of Afghanistan. It was big. Not Egypt big, not Mesopotamia shouting about their gods big, but quietly impressive. The kind of society that would get straight A's, volunteer at the library, and still somehow not get invited to any parties. And then, sometime around 1900 BCE, it just starts thinning out. Softly, like someone was lowering the volume on an ancient radio. Cities shrink, populations drift away, people move east, and the Indus script, still unreadable, still smug about it. Which brings us to the question everyone whispers over their evening tea. Why did the civilization fade away? We have theories, many, and we're going to float through them slowly, very slowly, like a river that just doesn't feel like reaching the ocean today. Theory 1. Climate change. The Bronze Age Weather Report. Now, climate changing is nothing new. Humans have been dealing with chaotic weather since the dawn of time. You wake up, and suddenly the river near your carefully planned city decides it wants to live somewhere else. Thanks, nature. The climate change theory goes something like this. The monsoons weakened. The rivers shrank. Farming became annoying. People got tired and left. This wasn't a sudden disaster, no dramatic flooding, no monstrous drought that dried up the entire region in a week. More like a long, slow, centuries-long meh from the environment. Imagine you're an ancient farmer. For generations, your family has been growing wheat and barley along the Indus. And one year, you notice the river looks a little skinny. You shrug and go back to work. 10 years later, it's skinnier. 50 years after that, your grandkids are like, why does this river look like the world's saddest puddle? Eventually, everyone packs up their clay pots and moves east toward the Ganges, which at the time was just sitting there like, hey, I've got water, come on over. Historians love this theory because it's sensible and requires no dramatic storytelling, just a long, slow environmental fizzle, perfect for sleep. But of course, there's more. Let's float softly into the next one. Theory 2. The river changed its mind. Ah, yes, the mighty Saraswati Gagarhakra river system, or as I like to call it, the river with an identity crisis. One of the leading ideas for decades has been that a major river dried up or shifted its course. Because if there's one thing ancient rivers loved doing was ruining civilizations by wandering off like bored toddlers. Many Indus Valley cities were built along the Gagarhakra, which may have or may not be the legendary river Saraswati that ancient Indian texts go on about. A lot. Like, really a lot. But what we know for sure is, if the river changed course, no water, no crops. If no crops, goodbye organized city life. Early archaeologists loved this explanation because it made sense without having to read the script. Convenient. More recent research suggests that the drying was a long, slow process. Again, with the slowness. The Indus civilization didn't vanish overnight, it shuffled off gradually, like someone leaving a party by quietly backing toward the door. Theory 3. The Aryan invasion/migration. The drama theory. Now, here's the controversial one. The Aryan invasion theory, very popular in the 19th and early 20th centuries, suggested that Indo-European-speaking people came sweeping down from Central Asia, rode chariots, and basically steamrolled the Indus civilization. Modern scholars squint at this theory hard, because here's what's missing. Evidence of mass slaughter? Not really. Burned cities? Mostly no. Bodies piled up in dramatic archaeological layers? Definitely no. But some people still like the idea that Indo-Aryan migrations might have pressured or displaced populations already stressed by climate change. The truth? It wasn't an invasion. It wasn't a civilization-ending battle scene. It wasn't even a particularly dramatic, more like two groups of people side-eyeing each other for a few centuries and occasionally sharing farming tips. Perfectly dull, perfectly sleepy. Theory 4. Trade collapse. The we're broke scenario. Ah yes, the ancient economy. Nothing says relaxing bedtime story than supply chain failure from 4,000 years ago. The Indus Valley was part of a thriving trade network with Mesopotamia. They shipped out goods like beads, pottery, cotton textiles, and maybe even cookies. Mesopotamia sent back, well, mostly admiration and complaints about shipping delays. But sometime around 2000 BCE, trade between the two regions declines. Mesopotamia is having its own problems. Rebellions, shifting dynasties, too many kings with too many opinions. You know, ancient political stuff. So, fewer buyers, less trade. Less wealth, cities losing people, civilization quietly exiting stage left. Not very glamorous, but quietly plausible. Theory 5. Disease. The Bronze Age flu season. This one is less popular but still floating around, like a sneeze in a crowded room. Some scholars have suggested that disease might have played a role, something spreading through dense cities, weakening populations, and nudging them to move to smaller, scattered settlements. There's no direct evidence for a giant plague, no mass graves, no inscriptions that read "everyone is sick, send help." And also, we can't read their script. They could be saying anything. They could be writing ancient cat memes. But disease as a contributing factor? Sure, why not? It's the ancient world. Of course, people were getting sick. Theory 6. Social fatigue. The chillest collapse ever. This isn't an official academic theory, But it should be. Imagine a civilization that just slowly got tired. Tired of maintaining giant cities, tired of organizing perfectly aligned bricks, tired of managing elite merchants who probably had too many opinions about standardized weights and measures. So people gradually returned to rural lifestyles, more space, more fresh air, fewer municipal drainage responsibilities. Over centuries, the civilization didn't die so much as relax itself into oblivion. A very on-brand ending for a society known for extremely calm urban planning. What probably happened? A gentle combination of everything. If you ask most historians today what happened to the Indus Valley civilization, they'll give you the most historian-like answer possible.